Hello, good morning. Welcome to your session. Today is going to be a gentle Pilates class, ideal for low energy days or those sick days, which I'm in the middle of one. So grab yourself a warm cup of tea or coffee and join me on the mat for some gentle movement. We'll come to lie down on our backs and just taking a moment to take your feet about mat's distance apart. Hands rest next to the side of the body or perhaps on your hips. We'll just take those knees side to side, finding a little gentle twist of your body and your hips. And just tuning into that breath. Let's go one more to each side. Maybe increasing the size a little bit. And then we'll bring those feet back to neutral, in line with your hips. Bring your hands next to the side of your body. We'll take an exhale breath, little pelvic curl through the spine, lifting the hips away from the mat. Deep breath in at the top and exhale as you roll down. And release those hips. Let's take it up again, peeling up bone by bone. Generously pushing down into your hands, stretching through the chest. And gently releasing it down bone by bone again. Let's go one more time. Thinking of stretching through the hips as we lift. Stretching through the shoulders and the chest. And release it all the way down to the mat again. Allowing your hips and your lower back to rest on the mat. We're going to reach our hands up towards the ceiling. We'll take an inhale breath, elbows wide down to the mat. Exhale, wrap your arms around you, curl your spine down to the ground. Take this at your own pace, just stretching and then curling the spine or lifting the spine and stretching. Reaching across your chest to stretch your back. We'll go one more. And then come to a neutral spine. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to take same arm and leg, stretch them away from each other. So your leg will lengthen, your arm goes overhead. And then bring it back to neutral. And then alternate. So as you're flowing through this, just inviting natural movement. So if you're kind of tilting a little bit, that's okay. There's really not much load to the spine here. So if you are making a few tilts, just allow yourself to stretch and release. Let's go one more on each side, reaching that leg away. Arm reaches overhead, maybe increasing that stretch. Hold. Bring it back to center, take it to the other side, one more. This feels so good on the back. Hold and stretch. And then bring it back to neutral. Turn those palms to face each other, feet in line with your hips. We're going to take it into a pelvic curl again. Reaching arms overhead. Pull your shoulders into your ears and then slowly roll down. Increasing the stretch along the back of your body. I'm going to keep my arms overhead, but you're welcome to bring it over chest if you need to. Let's take it 2 more times. Maybe tuning into that core a little bit now to increase the stretch as you roll down. One more. Let's hold the hips at the top. We'll take our one arm down towards the feet, one arm stays overhead, and then just alternating the arms, little soldier arms. You're welcome to bring your hips down to the mat again if this is a little bit too much for you today. Feel that you can pull your heels towards your shoulders, get that work happening in your hamstrings. Good, give me one more to each side. And then we'll bring both arms down to the ground. Take a breath in and slowly roll yourself down. Pressing down into your hands, into your hips. We're going to take marches for the legs. So one leg at a time is going to come up to tabletop and then back down. Alternating. So here I want you to start to tune into keeping that pelvis still, maybe placing your hands on your hips. Just finding ease in your neck and shoulders. Tailbone and lower back are resting on the mat. Let's go one more. Hold that leg in the tabletop position, knee over hip. Wrap into your core, draw your lower back down to the mat. Second leg lifts. So we're taking up the intensity a little bit here. So if this feels too much, just continue with your marches. One toe taps down, breath out to lift, and keep alternating. I want you to move slowly so that we're not getting that heart rate too high. It's also a great opportunity to tune into keeping your core, back, and hips still. Let's go one more. And bring both feet down to the ground. Good job. Let's stretch those legs away from you. Squeeze your legs together. Reach your arms to the ceiling. Palms turn in. We'll take an exhale, breath nodding chin to chest. And then rolling up and away from the mat. If you need a small towel under your lower back for support, grab that. Maybe bending the knees if you prefer. Pressing your feet into the ground. Exhale, we're going to roll it back down. Stretch your arms overhead. Half curl up. And then fully curl up to the top. We're going to keep the curled spine, reaching fingertips towards the toes. Pull your spine back, getting that stretch. And then slowly pull yourself back again. Rolling down. Arms reach overhead. Inhale. Please take this at your own pace. Reaching towards that wall in front of you, getting that lovely hamstring, lower back stretch. We'll slowly roll it down. And we'll go one more. And reach. We'll stay at the top. Let's bring it to a straight spine. Soften the knees if you need to. I'm just going to shift myself back. Reaching arms forward. Sitting up tall, we're going to take those arms, reach them up and overhead. Stretching to the ceiling. Bring your arms forward and then open to T. Breath out as you reach forward. Breath in as you reach up. Breath out as you reach forward. Breath in as you open to T. So you want to breathe into the side and the back of your rib cage, just trying to get some space in there. It can often get really tight and restrict our breathing. So by taking our mind and bringing intention into that expansive breath, hopefully that will just open the lungs a little bit. Deep breath in. And one more, we reach forward, exhale. Let's take those feet mat's distance apart. I'm going to soften the knees a little bit just so that I can bring my chest forward and out of my lower back. You're going to take one hand, rotate around, look towards me as you open that arm towards the room behind you, and then reach away from you back to center. Over to the other side, we twist and open, reach that arm out and around, back to center. So we're twisting from that waist up, trying to keep your hips in neutral. But if you want to just add a bit of flow today, you can, and just let that body invite in some natural movement. One more to each side. And last one. And reach those arms down. Wow, that worked my arms a lot. Let's swing around to face forward into a Z-sits position. Sitting up nice and tall. If you need some support in your front knee just because you're leaning, then grab that. We'll reach out through those arms, T arms. We're gonna go up and over into mermaid stretch. Top arm reaches towards me, across to the wall next to you. Pull it to your chest and then open again. Exhaling on that twist to engage through the front of the core and stretch through your back muscles. Allowing your eyes to move with them, like the flow of the movement, or like following your hand always feels really good. We'll go one more. Bring yourself back up to the top, little stretch up and over. We're going to go back over into that side mermaid, but not as far. You're going to hold yourself a little bit closer. Your top hand is going to reach over, turn the palm to face the ground, and then twist down towards the mat. And then open your chest to the room in front of you. If you'd like to go all the way up towards the ceiling, you're more than welcome to. You're getting that motion from your bottom shoulder. So play around, getting that little stretch as you reach forward and then expanding through the chest as you open. One more, and we'll open it. We'll come back to neutral facing forward. Take yourself over, grabbing onto that bottom shin. This arm reaches up and over this time. Bring that top arm down towards that knee. A little twist through the thoracic. A little bit of a QL stretch. And then let's swing around over to the other side. Just stretching the legs. I'll shift myself across. T arms stretch open. Land as far away from you as you can. And then we'll take it over into mermaid stretch. Reaching forward around. Pull into your chest and open. Feel how that bottom shoulder is allowing that swivel to happen. And you're twisting from that waist up. Inviting in that big expansive breath again. Let's go 2 more. And 1. We'll bring ourselves off that bottom arm just for a quick release. Back through center. We'll reach this arm up and over and then twist to look down at the ground and open through the chest. And twist. And open. Little exhale breath down to the ground. Inhale to open. And then back to neutral. Grabbing onto your opposite shin. And then bring that hand down towards the knee, looking slightly behind you. Lovely, let's release that. We're going to make our way into forward kneeling position. I'm just going to grab a quick tea. Alright, hands underneath those shoulders. And knees underneath your hips, finding a long spine. Let's take one foot to the back. Pressing into those 5 toes. I want you to push back into that foot and feel that stretch of your calf. And then just check that you're not collapsing in your shoulders, because that's going to create a lot of strain in the neck. And it'll also make it quite difficult to breathe. So finding a long spine. And pressing back into the toes, maybe release and sink back into it depending on what feels good for you. So bringing weight into your hands releases it, and then pressing back into your toe will increase that stretch. Let's take it over to the other side. Oh, a little knee click there. And then press back into your toes. Long spine. So slightly kind of lift up into the back a little, breathing into the side and back of your ribs. keeping your eyes gazing slightly to the front of the mat. As a reminder for myself, let's rock in and out of that stretch, or you can hold it if you prefer. Finding that full expansive breath. And release. We're going to take our knees about mat's distance apart, bring those big toes together. We're going to do a cat-cow. So starting by opening through the chest to the room in front of you, looking forward. As we exhale and round, take your toes to the outside of your mat. Keep your knees where they are, rounding through the spine. We'll bring our toes back to center as our chest opens. And exhale, toes go out, round through the spine, just swiveling in that hip. If you prefer to stay with a neutral leg cat-cow, you can choose to do that as well. One more, bringing the chest forward. Find a neutral spine. We'll take the hand closest to me, reach it up towards the ceiling as your chest opens. And then exhale, twist under and open. Using your bottom hand to support you so that you get that lovely twist without just falling into the ground. Reaching the tailbone back and long through the neck. One more. And bring that hand to the mat. Let's take it over to the other side, reaching up and open, deep breath in. Exhale to swivel, thread under. Reaching back with that tailbone out through the crown of your head. One more. And twist. And we'll bring that hand to neutral. Bring your knees in a little bit. And we're going to take it into a child's pose or puppy pose. Child's pose will be hips all the way down to the heels, or keep your hips above your knees and walk your hands away from you as you allow your chest to sink down. Finding that full expansive breath into the back and side of your rib cage. And exhale, softening through the chest. Get that stretch along the shoulders, the lats. The lower back stretch. And slowly start to walk your hands in. Sink yourself back to that child's pose in the heels if that feels good for your knees. And then bring your hands towards your knees, slowly rolling up. We'll reach up through the arms, deep breath in. Exhale, arms come down to the mat one more time, full breath in. Reaching up. And exhale, arms float down. Lovely work. Thank you so much for joining me for that session. If you are sick, I hope that you feel better soon. And if it was a low energy day, well done for making some time to move your body. It's something I really, really believe in, is that even on low energy days, we should still be able to move our bodies. In my platform, you can choose your classes based on your energy levels. So come and check it out. I'll leave all the details below. It's completely free to join the platform. You've got access to a series of classes. And then if you want to join our weekly live group classes and have access to the entire library, then that is the paid option. But you're welcome to come and join us for free and use the platform. I will see you there. Have a lovely day.